How's it going, guys? Back with another update. You can see here there's Marauder on the screen, so that would kind of hint at the fact that the Heirophant has died. As well as we got some other interesting news today about what is happening with Ultimatum in the coming league. So, very quickly, before I get into the Ultimatum news, here's, like, around the time I died. I wasn't recording it again, but I hit the button as fast as I could. I got one shot by Ice Nova out of this strongbox. This is what I believe happened. So it's what it felt like happened. I was there, I was fine, then I was dead. But it was a tier 14 OWAs, and it was level 86 strongbox that popped me. So, yep. That's where that one died. Anyways, what's happening with Ultimatum League? We're like 2 days away, I think, from the teaser of 3.15. Short answer is we won't be making Ultimatum a core mechanic as part of 3.15. However, they do like the content, may bring it back at a later date in order to do this, but first need a few improvements. We want to improve the combat of Ultimatum encounters so that the experience is less overwhelming and more tactical. We do like things challenging. We currently feel that there are too many monsters spawning within the tight space of the circle and too many things going on at once. I really agree with this, to be honest. There is a lot going on. And for real, like, if you're playing any kind of projectile, like imagine like what is capable with some giant slam build that can just like obliterate the entire circle at like every 4 or 5 seconds. Whereas somebody that's trying to play Arc that only like can chain like 7 times or whatever it normally does, but it's only hitting 7 enemies out of that, and there's like 70 there. And if you're self-casting an Arc, or even if you can unleash an Arc, you can't hit all that, let alone what you're hitting. Guys, like, it's kind of, I think it's pretty unbalanced and very, very, very favoring massive AoE clear. So, I kind of agree with this. I also want to rebalance the rewards. The intent of Ultimatum's reward system was to make the Trial Master's offers the main reward for the challenge. This currently isn't the case, with far too many items spawning at the end of the trial. For Ultimatum to return, we would want to shift back so that Trial Master offers are the main reward for doing the counter, while also compensating for the item fountain being turned off. Okay. So you may see Trial Master again in the future. If you really enjoy being heckled by an undead entity of chaos, it's best to get your kicks in now while you still can. First comment here: you let high school core, but not Ultimatum. What? Heist is a great content game. Actually great. It's a great league. It's a great piece of content. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it. Kind of how I just don't do incursions ever. It, like, things can be in the game. You don't have to do everything in the game constantly, but anyways. Now I'm playing a Juggernaut. I leveled it to 80. And I 6-linked a karui chopper, and yeah, things are looking pretty good. So yeah, I had an item level 83 karui chopper. I qualityed it up, crafted quality onto it, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and 6-link this thing. So I dumped like 500 plus jewelers to get it to 6 sockets into this thing. Even being it was 34% quality, and I was just like, dang. So then I've only used like 100 fusings on it or so. I 5-linked it twice in that time, 34% quality. I was expecting to be able to really easily 5-link it. And then I was kind of like, okay, I can settle on the 5-link. Because, I mean, I had a 5-link previously. It was also only item level 62. I wanted a better weapon base to be able to craft on. So then I 5-linked it. I was like, no, I'm going to keep going. I can 5-link it again. So I 5-linked it again. I'm just like, nah, do I want to deal with this? Because if you're trying to deal with something 5-link, like, you got to go step by step, really slow. You can't spam click, like, to brute force a 6-link. But then after the second 5-link, it took 1 fusing and 6-linked. So yeah, that's where it is. I just like threw whatever gear I could find together that made sense for the character. I needed this mana, and so then I needed dexterity, so I used a dexterity essence on this. This was a Fizz essence, Shrieking Fizz essence. Get cruel. If I can get an augment Fizz, fantastic, because then it'll get better. So I got Vaal Ground Slam in here with melee Fizz, Impale, Brutality, Fortify, and Fist of War. This is the first time I've played with Fist of War. Was in this. I'm glad that the delay in this goes down as this levels. That's really cool. I'm going to briefly show you what it's doing. It's a fairly simple T11 map, level 80, and like you can see, like I've been doing red maps already. Like it's just cruising. But it's Juggernaut at the same time. I'm not going to go too much depth into this. I had already gotten Unflinching and Unrelenting, and then after my character died, I got Unbreakable. And then finally Unstoppable out of the Uber Lab. Zoom out, kind of what the passage trees looks like. Up here, I had hit this 3 notable 8 passive Fizz damage jewel prior. And then I threw 2 in here. Life attacks me with axes, and life area damage, melee damage. Pretty nice. I got all the fortify stuff. Getting Champion of the Cause here allowed me to run Pride plus a Blasphemy vulnerability. I really wanted to do Ancestral Warchief Maim Hex Touch vulnerability, but it can't apply curses. Damage is nuts. I'm already doing red maps. Kind of just like life. This build's still like not the simplest thing to play. It's a lot of buttons. That you kind of have to press in a certain sequence or the damage doesn't come. But it's also, you can build it extremely tanky. And Vaal Ground Slam is nuts. Having Fortify is just kind of on my main links is really cool. Makes the character a lot safer. But this character is super survivable. I've got the Dread Banner. So just like, I'm running around with no flasks, 85% physical damage reduction. Like, insane. With 55 Chaos Res. I'm flasked up, I get 25% chance of evasion. And from Jade Flask, like I really want to do the bosses here. And I don't know if I'm setting all this up optimally. I've not really looked at any of these slam builds from this league outside of looking at the gym links. Boom. And easy. I can Take the good stuff. Not the Poet's Pin. Cool. Yeah, the Heirophant dying really took me as a shock. I was not expecting it to die. Definitely a lot more I wanted to get done on that character. I don't even know if I'm going to make a build guide on it because it's so far from being finished. It's just a, like, cookie cutter Archmage build at this point.
Making it 4 rounds. Vengeance is cold indeed.
But I also never imagined I'd be level 80 doing red maps and hardcore SSF, but working. Ultimatums, it's like super free. I guess I shouldn't say that. The closest calls I've had have been in ultimatums, but it's also you can just drop. That's where you drop the dread banner. You get 20% increased fortify effect while it's at 50 stages, so max stages. So I got 40% reduced damage taken for fortify, 5% reduced damage taken for juggernaut. Then like 85% just like passive physical damage reduction without flasks, capped res. Like,
Death's cold grip is inescapable.
I would like more max res, but I will discuss that in a later video. I actually want the Juggernaut to exist in this game. It's just like actually like almost impossible for the game to kill it. I have some ideas on how to do that. The Warmongers.
Hate begets hate.
Fist of War, the like Fist of War slam that happens like every 2 seconds is really cool. It's strange. But it almost works the same way that Ruthless might, and I'm just gonna take these.
The expected choice.
I don't need other praxis. Again, I'll come back and loot this here in a minute. But it's just going super smooth. I don't feel like dash is necessarily the right idea. Maybe flame dash would be better. Yeah, I don't know. I could get the, like, you can't exert skills, but at the same time, or you can't exert travel skills, so I could use like a leap slam. But at the same time, I have a really slow attack speed weapon, so I don't know. I don't see myself like metaing it up and going like full or going the smoke mine with it, because I don't have 2 buttons for that. Like, I've got Molten Shell on my left click. It's just kind of doing its job. But where I will wrap that up. Anything interesting to show here? I think the big interesting thing to show was the 6-link, and here I turned in the divination card that gives you a unique item with a enchant. Dash travels 100% increased distance on Aznath's mark, which can be upgraded as Aznath's chant, and dash double distance. Pretty nice on a triggering bow build, so bye. So yeah, I'm now interested in a Note in the Wind cards, so yeah, I've got that sitting there that's like, ooh, I wonder Anyways, that's gonna be it for this one, and I'll see you tomorrow. 2 days away from 3.15 announcement. That will be interesting. Cannot wait. Later.